at the 20-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. The 30. 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Play action. Elway. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Elway on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Elway will throw. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Check, watch the 4.
They get it to him running left. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos are in for 6.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll begin here with Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down.
But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, Elway. He sets to fire deep. This is intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll escape to his right. Launching one into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. He finds an opening past the 40. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Hunt. And some space here. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They run for it with Hunt. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, when you've got a running back who's already gone over 100 yards for the game, you can bet he'll be involved on 4th and short. He's been tough for this defense to handle all game long, and he converts here to keep the drive moving.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chief. Looking to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. They'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. The point after is good, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
On first, they'll throw with Elway. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones able to drop him for a loss of 4.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. On the toss, this is Adams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun!
On 1st and 10, Elway. Looking deep for Adams. Wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They go play action here on first down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Good.
They start on the ground with Adams. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Adams. And some room to roam now. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On 1st down, Elway. Flushed out right. That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From the red zone now, Elway on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
So the illegal forward pass also costs them a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Off the play fake, Elway. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos will extend their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Elway on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now Elway to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He got 29 yards that time. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10, Elway finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From midfield, Elway. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's Hill, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Play action. Elway. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Elway. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. To throw is Elway. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 35. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL. So we've reached halftime in a wild 1st half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as well. We'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Over! No, check! Patriot!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Elway. eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Elway. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Elway. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first, they'll throw with Elway. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He's to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he's got it up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Watch him now, Barney.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from the...
This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. He's got his man on the crossing route. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Oh, now he bowls him over. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Elway. throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Elway will throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Houston in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So here we go. Elway on 4th down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 more there and another 1st down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And now here comes Kansas City. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They're going deep for Hill, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Elway to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Elway on 3rd and long. doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Elway. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now it's Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll set up a throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Elway. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. They fake the give. Now Elway sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool. That's caught at the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. The extra point up and good. And that will get them one closer. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Broncos on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Elway now off of play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10, Elway again. Dancing to his left. Given 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now Elway on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Incomplete. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10, Elway. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 17. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Back to throw now on first down. Escaping. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Miles Jack in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the name.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Over the middle, complete. It's Black. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On play action, they'll throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. On second down, Elway. Going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. He's got a man complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out. But that was a simple throw and catch. But even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The Broncos on third down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake. Elway. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. But he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Elway on 1st down. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he's just singing the...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Gun!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Broncos add on. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Oh, Elway's going to throw it. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Elway. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there, 60 yards. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now here comes Kansas City. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Elway wants to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
3-19.
Play action. It's Elway. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.